She appears from over a mile away on this rural New York road that sits on the northern border of Quebec province in Canada. All we know is she is Nigerian, pregnant, and wants to cross into Canada illegally to claim asylum as a refugee.
You can't cross here. It's illegal to cross here.
Okay, yeah.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Intimidated by the police, she turns around. But she makes a second attempt after learning they are not American police officers, and she has in fact reached Canada.
This is not the place, that's what we try to explain to you.
Help me out. I'm sorry, this is because of my baby. I understand they will take care of me here.
Too intimidated to cross and too scared to go home, she stalls long enough for U.S. Border Patrol to arrive on scene.
You got a passport? Passport?
She's scared, doesn't know what to do, tries to leave, but eventually gives in to the officer's demands. Her journey to find safety in Canada cut short by mere inches in the snow.
Yeah, I think she's going to be a keeper for us. I think we're keeping her. Okay.
You're in the United States, you're making an asylum claim, but you've got your husband and children back in Iraq, and you're thinking, well, if this travel ban comes back in again, you know, even if I'm accepted here, am I ever going to be able to be reunited with my husband and children?
Janet Dench is the executive director of the Canadian Council on Refugees in Montreal.
So people in those sorts of circumstances are thinking maybe they should consider making a refugee claim in Canada.
An agreement between U.S. and Canada forces refugees to claim asylum in whichever country they reach first, but no longer feeling safe from deportation in the United States, refugees are exploiting a loophole in the agreement, forcing them to cross illegally and once in Canada, make their claim. In January of this year, there was 452 asylum claims in Quebec alone, compared to 137 in January last year and just 46 the year prior.
Here's the cut line between Canada and U.S.
Staff Sergeant Brian Byrne of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police is in charge of units responding to this area.
I believe that these people are desperate, or they obviously they're desperate. Sometimes they're very apprehensive when they look at us, and I guess figure that we'll mistreat them and all that, but it's not the case.
Once the refugees cross to this side of the border in Canada, if their documentation checks out, they'll normally be released after 24 hours, where they'll live here in Canada and wait for their case of asylum to be heard in Canadian courts. For CBS News on the border of New York and Canada, I'm Alex Pena.